Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm replacing a front wheel bearing of a Jaguar X-type, and I'm showing every step I learned from actually doing this job step by step, so that not to pay twice for the same mistakes. Simple tools, tips and the exact places to watch out for. If you are into real practical repair walkthrough, you are in the right place. Let's get it started. Safety first. I choked the wheel on the opposite side, then started diagnosing the bearing. After lifting the car with a jack, I grabbed the wheel and shook it vertically. You can see the play in the wheel hub, it should be completely solid. Here I planned ahead. Removed the wheel cap and loosened the central wheel nut while the tire was still on the ground. I used a 32mm socket and a T-wrench with a 1 m steel pipe extension to break the nut free. The same I did with the lug nuts. After that I lifted the car with a jack and removed the wheel. Here I used my favorite wooden pellet cubes to support different suspension parts and level the car. This removes tension from the bushings, in this case from the anti-roll link when removing it, and adds to the safety when put under the subframe. I never rely on the jack alone when working on the suspension parts. Here you can see me loosening the anti-roll bar link nut using a hex key and a 16mm spanner. Once I tried to take the suspension apart without disconnecting the link from the strut. I don't like making extra moves when repairing my car, you know, but the link still tied to the other wheel snapped sideways and damaged the strut top mount, tearing the bearing out of its rubber housing. Since then I'm never too lazy to unfasten the anti-roll bar link from the strut. After the link was disconnected, I unplugged the ABS sensor connector, since it was retained on the same bracket. I pressed the plastic tab to release it. After that it was time to remove the brake caliper. I took it off as a whole without disassembling it. I unscrewed the two 15mm bolts with a T-wrench, pressed the brake piston in while slightly rotating it against the rotor, and then hung the caliper on the strut spring using a wire hook. Since I was already working with the T-wrench, I went ahead and unscrewed the ball joint retaining nut using an 18mm socket and the steering rod retaining nut with a 15mm socket. Next, I needed to detach the steering rod from the steering knuckle. For this purpose, I used an old puller I inherited from one of my uncles, something you probably cannot buy nowadays. The steering rod stud has a hex hole at the end to hold it from turning when loosening the nut, but I slipped a small bearing steel ball between the puller and the stud to release tension. The tiny ball pressed into the hex hole and has stayed there ever since. I placed the puller on the rod, tightened it with a spanner and gave it several gentle knocks with a hammer. The rod popped out of the steering knuckle. After that, still holding the T-wrench, I broke free the bolt retaining the strut to the steering knuckle and also removed the central wheel nut. No issues so far, but I realized it would make both the repair and filming easier if I removed the brake rotor first. Sometimes the rotor sticks to the wheel hub, and it really was this case. I don't like hitting the rotor hard. I have had bad experiences with damaging it by ham-handed repairmen and getting vibrations when braking. My method is to use a syringe to pour some thin grease between the rotor and the hub. I use steering fluid and let the rotor sit for about an hour for the fluid to penetrate fully. After the fluid had worked its way in, I used a copper punch on the rotor's ventilation surface, never the braking surface, and gave it a gentle tap with a hammer. Now there was clear access to the ABS sensor, and it was the perfect time to remove it to prevent any damages. I loosened the sensor retaining bolt with a Torx key and gently pried the sensor out using a thin screwdriver. All done, the sensor is out. Here I once again tried to remove the steering knuckle without taking off the front control arm, but it didn't work. The manual says the front subframe should be lowered, then reinstalled and aligned. I like to avoid lowering the subframe, but I couldn't avoid removing the wishbone arm, since pressing on the hydrofield bushing is not my style. So I removed the splash shields under the fender and broke free the bolts holding the front wishbone arm. First I broke free the hydrofield bushing bolt and unscrewed it with a ratchet while the car was leveled on my wooden support cubes. The hydro bushing bolt can be safely removed only in this position. Next I lifted the car, placed cubes under the front subframe and broke free the front horizontal bushing bolt, then removed it. I gently tapped the ball joint retaining bolt with a hammer, freeing the control arm. Next I tapped on the axle using a T-wrench extension as a punch. The arm fell but not onto the ground, landing safely on the wooden cubes I had arranged beneath it. Now I'll show you how I removed the steering knuckle from the strut. I inserted my magic tool, the one that really should have come with the car, into the knuckle clamp and started tightening the bolt from the opposite side. The clamp released and the knuckle slipped down. As for this tool, you will definitely see it in my upcoming videos. A really must-have tool for fellow X-typers. And here I couldn't resist testing the failed bearing one more time. Listen to the noises it makes. I knocked the wheel hub out of the steering knuckle to clearly show you the magnetic strips on the ABS ring. You always need to be careful when choosing compatible parts. I learned this hard way. Using a bearing with the wrong number of strips sent my Jaguar's ABS system into a full limp mode, with no response from the accelerator and the ABS light blinking on the dashboard. Since then I stick to using trusted bearings only. Now let's take a look at how bearings are replaced in the steering knuckle at a local Georgian workshop. Putting everything back on the car is straightforward. Just follow the steps in reverse, simple as that.